Didn't mean to disappoint all of you. I know Avery Quinn sounds like a hot girl name. Like, guys, if you were on Tinder and you saw the name Avery Quinn, you'd be like, well, I want to see what she looks like. And how much would that suck? You just swipe and you just see me like, oh. Y'all pay the ticket, everyone gets a look. As you guys may have discovered, I'm fat, and it's tough, because eating's my vice, eating's my vice. And that's not a very sexy vice, like that's not a cool vice. Like when this comedy thing works out, like that's really gonna suck when I get my A&E like biography or like behind the music thing, you know what I mean? Because all the cool sexy ones are always like, he just got out of rehab, he was doing his best stuff. And then drugs and alcohol came back into his life, and it was all over. With me, they'd be like, he just got out of Weight Watchers, he was doing his best stuff. And then endless shrimp came back at Red Lobster. One thing they don't tell you about being heavy this fat is stretch marks all over my body. You understand? I look like the world's worst knife fighter. You get me? All right, it's bad. But the thing is, my wife was trying to make me feel better the other day, and she was like, well, Avery, lots of people have stretch marks. And I'm like, yeah, but most of those people endure the painful miracle of childbirth. I just ate 80 wings in one sitting, I don't know. I went to a psychic recently. I sat down 3 minutes into the thing. She's like, you need to watch your health. You need to jog more. You're going to have heart problems in the future. I don't know how psychic you have to be to figure that one out with me. Got a little offended, and she was like, no, it's not me saying this, it's the universe. I'm like, right? That's what spirits are doing? They're just two dead guys being like, oh my god, he's still eating. You know what I mean? Are you guys, are any of you psychic people, like, that kind of stuff? You believe that? Is that anyone here? All right, I wasn't a believer until the very end. She was doing all the stuff, all the generic kind of like self, like, it's supposed to be a little happy, make you feel better and all that stuff. And I didn't believe any of it. And then at the very end, she was like, you call things gay to make fun of things you don't understand. I was like, oh my god. Chills, goosebumps. I'm not that fat. I think I'm a specific type of fat. I call it middle seat fat. I don't know if any heavier people can relate to this. Like, I'm a normal guy most of the time until I have to sit in the middle seat of any situation, Planes, trains, movie theaters, it doesn't matter. I'm a normal guy until I get that ticket that says 2B. And then I get to my seat and the people in 2A and 2C look like they're about to die in a horror movie. And then I'm staying there, I'm like, do you want to play a game? My thighs are sweaty, try not to touch them, I don't know, trying to exercise more. My favorite type of exercise, I like walking, which is nice. But it's tough because I have a lot of like gym bro friends, you know what I mean? Like all my high school guys are still like gym bros and stuff. Yeah, and it's tough because like I can't relate to them, but I try. They'll call and they'll just be like, dude, bench press, 225, 16 reps. And I'm like, dude, duck pond behind my house, 8 laps, it's... The thing about I'm trying to join a gym. I was looking for some, and then my wife started to help, which didn't work, Because like she started looking at gyms, and she's like, oh my god, Avery, I found one. They have a personal trainer 3 times a week. I'm like, how much? And she was just like, well, they have a sauna in use anytime. And I'm like, how much? She's like, is it all about price with you? I'm like, yes! It's all about price with me. Because it's not about the gym, it's about me. I'm not going to get a better experience at that gym, you know? Every time I've gone to a gym, it's been the same thing. Wander around 15 minutes, do 2 exercises wrong, 5 minutes on a broken elliptical, leave. That's the Avery Quinn gym. Best gym, worst gym, doesn't change, you know? And honestly, I feel like that's not fair. I feel like gyms should charge based off of what, like, the people do, you know? Those jacked bodybuilder guys, you know, the ripped dudes, they're like, rah, rah, the cleans and all that stuff. That's wear and tear on equipment, man, you know? I'm there, I'm very sensitive, I'm observing, you know? That guy leaves, they should be like, we've been doing pretty good for you. That's $100. And then when I leave, they should be like, ooh, here's $10. You know what I mean? That's fair. That's fair. It's only fair. I don't know. It actually something pretty neat. I actually lost about 50 pounds. That's totally true. Yeah. At my heaviest, I was about 340 pounds, and I learned something. I learned something. You know, I learned at my heaviest, your body's like a car, you know? Like, if you don't take care of it, you don't put the right fuel in it, and you don't run it enough, what happens to the car? That's right, it doesn't have sex for 3 years. That's true, yeah. I don't know if anyone will relate to this here, but I feel like I should be more handsome. I don't know if anyone else feels like this. Like, I feel like God gave me all the parts to be handsome, but the proportions are off, you know? Like, I'm 6'3", that's an attractive height. But it's not attractive when a foot and a half of his head, you know what I mean? That's too much. I'm a bigger guy, and a lot of times when you're bigger, people will be like,